I nominate me and my sister, and we just got the news. Basically, it's literally 1 week ago. It's still crazy. Machino brand name came about first before we even decide what to sell. We didn't really think much. We were just like, okay, he do shoes. Let's just do it. I already know that I don't want to be in corporate. I think like my whole life, I thought that I would always climb the corporate ladder.
You can work with friends, but not all friends.
Yes.
Right.
What if like one day the money doesn't come in? Which of course it did happen to us. You know, we have made our fair shares of like mistake. We call it like tuition fee because sometimes we have to spend that money to really learn our lesson.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the A to Z podcast, and today we're going to talk about the A to Z's of brand building and entrepreneurship with Amy Tai. So, Amy is the co-founder and marketing director of Machino's, as well as recently being named into the Forbes 30 Under 30. And fun fact, Amy is actually my first guest ever on the podcast back in 2020. You will not be able to find the episode now. You know, we have taken it down since. You want, you PM me, right? But yes, Amy, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, thank you for having me again.
So she's a busy woman to get, and we'll talk about more about the Forbes 30 Under 30. That's something.
Wow, that's just a crazy moment, but
right.
yeah.
Okay, before we start, did you ever think that this would be happening to you like so early on?
I guess. I think like because it's called 30 Under 30, and then I mean me and my sister, we have, you know, built a quite solid foundation and all. So we just try our luck to join. Actually, I nominate me and my sister, and yeah, we just got the news. Basically, it's literally 1 week ago. And yeah, it's still crazy.
Right.
It's still crazy.
Talking about foundations and everything, let's bring it to the start, right? When you started this business. Can you share a bit about yourself? What you're doing before this, and how did Machino come about?
Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Amy. I'm 27 years old this year, 1999. And prior to Machino, I actually graduated from Help University. Fun fact, we actually are from the same university, but it's just different courses. But yeah, we always know each other since uni. And I think after uni, I actually did 2 internships. One is actually part of the degree program. So I was at corporate, which is Shiseido. And when I was there, I already know that I don't want to be in corporate. I think like my whole life, I thought that I would always climb the corporate ladder. Yeah, it's very Capricorn, very, you know, I don't know. It just runs in me. But after experiencing corporate, I feel that, I mean, no hate or anything. It's just my preference. Like, I think corporate is not really for me because it's like everything is like so structured, so rigid, and a lot of SOP. And I'm someone that, you know, just likes to do everything and anything all at one time. So that was quite interesting. So after that, that's why I wanted to try another second internship. So I went to an influencer marketing agency, and I think I really got to learn so much, even though it's just a 4 months internship. But I think because it's like a startup, a small group of people, and we can learn from each other and learn directly from my bosses itself. So that was the 2 internships that I joined. And then I actually went to a local fashion company just for 2 months. But that time, me and my sister, we were already building Machino. So I handle more of the marketing, PR, social media when I was at my last year of uni. And that time is already MCO. So that was like my whole work experience before Machino. And then after I did the full-time job at this local fashion brand, I just figured that why not I just put all of my energy and time into my own brand, because I'm already building that brand at the same time already. So decided to take a leap of faith, and I joined my sister full-time. And yeah, 6 years later.
6 years later is now, but
yeah.
You started in 2020.
Yes, 2020, in the middle of the pandemic. It was crazy.
What was the spark? Like, hey, why shoes? You know, why sandals? You know, out of everything.
Yeah, I think like, fun fact, actually we got to create our brand name. Machino brand name came about first before we even decide what to sell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we were thinking like clothes or bags. I think like no matter what, we always know that it's going to be fashion, because me and my sister, we have always loved fashion. My mom, she used to own her own boutique in Shah Alam for like, I think 10 years plus. Yeah, so I think we kind of like grew up in that whole background. We got influenced by her. So the thing is, when the pandemic hit, I think, okay, we're quite fortunate enough to start our own business during this time. And because we actually have an uncle who owns a factory in Malaysia. And during the pandemic, they came to our house just to visit my grandparents, and then we got to know each other like, oh, he actually has a factory in Malaysia. And then the next day, my sister just went to his factory to visit, and then we just asked him to make a sample. And then we were like, okay, let's just do shoes. Since like we have a factory here, might as well. Because like if we are thinking about like, getting production made in China or Alibaba during those times, we need like a minimum quantity and like we don't really have the upfront like cash or capital. So I think it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, I guess.
It's just like opportunity came, you guys took it.
Yeah, we just like,
and just ran with it.
we didn't really think much. We were just like, okay, he do shoes. Let's just do it.
That was really grabbing the opportunity.
Yeah.
And you're saying that your name came first, Machino.
Yes.
What does Machino mean?
Okay, so for us, we wanted a brand name that really speaks to Malaysians. So basically, my sister, she was actually studying abroad in Australia, and then everybody was like, oh, Malaysia is known for their food, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, we actually are so much more than that. We have so much of a diverse culture over here. So I think we wanted to bring that essence out of the brand name. So when we're thinking about like, okay, what elements makes out to Malaysia? So we was like, multiracial country, right? So we just listed out the races, then we put like Malay, Chinese, Indian, others. Machino. Machino.
And okay, never thought about it that way.
Yeah. Actually, not a lot of people know.
Right.
Now you know.
Now you know. And throughout this whole, you started with the factory, your uncle's factory and everything, but that's just small. When do you know that, okay, I want to do this and it could be something big? When was that moment?
I don't know why, but I think we've always known that it can be something bigger if we really put all of our effort into it. Okay, because I think for our shoes, right, we are a little bit different than what the market have currently. So we have like a very comfortable thick and firm sponge insole. And then I think during the first year, and actually until now, we actually uses like cultural fabric like batik, songke, cheongsam fabric, even sari fabric to make a shoe. So it's kind of like making traditional fabric into like a modern day wear kind of like shoe, because we just want to make it easy and accessible for everybody. And yeah, we always know that it's just something special. And when we did our first pop-up, everybody loved the meaning, they love the shoes, they like literally our customers, they always tell us they can run in our shoes. Run in our heels, by the way. So we always like, actually, we are kind of like doing something different, making an impact for women. I think because me and my sister, we are actually quite petite. We are like
Yep, you can see.
Yes, I'm sitting down. You can't see that. But yeah, so that's why I'm the type of person that will wear like 3-inch, 4-inch heels and walk around the mall for like 5 hours, and I would just bear with the pain. And then my sister, she buys a lot of shoes, but she never wear them. She always wear like her flipper. Yeah, so I think we always have a love for shoes, and I think we just wanted to create like a comfortable one for all women out there. So with our comfortable soles and all, I think we really help all women out there lah.
I think you don't only help women, you help guys as well. So just saying, their shoes are value oriented, all right? So I think like that day I bought for my girlfriend, their shoes is less than 200, right? Compared to if you go and buy for others, so as a guy, that's something we appreciate as well.
Yeah. I
And
think like for us, we are just trying to come up with a good quality product that won't really break the bank.
That's the word. Correct. And I realized in Machino, everybody is like either family or friends. Okay, so I went to their pop-up that day. And I was like, hey, I studied with this person. Like, this is my friend. This is her relative and everything. So how do you run a family business? How do you run it with friends as well?
Let me tell you. Running a family business is not as easy as it sounds or looks or anything. I think like most family business is usually like, okay, first generation and then inherit by second generation. But it's different for me and my sister and my family because we are like all first gen. So all got equal say. Yeah, I think like my parents already retired, and then I think they also supported us to, do our own business. They actually funded us and encouraged us. So they really supported us in this journey. So my parents are more towards the production side. So we also have our own factory now. So we kind of have like a few factories in KL. So one is like my uncle, who is our OG. We call him like Uncle OG lah, because he's like the first one that we discovered like, okay, we can do shoes. And then after that, when the company grew, we needed to match the production demand. So yeah, my dad already retired, got nothing much to do at home. So he just like, okay, I'm just gonna start a factory. Yeah, so working with family, it can be quite interesting, especially during like dinner time. All we talk about is work, which I think cannot escape lah. Sometimes like, as much as like we want to like not talk about it, but we will talk about it, because I think it just runs.
I think it's both ways lah.
I can't even describe it.
You can see it as a blessing that, wow, I get to work with my family. I get to spend time with them all the time,
Yeah.
But then sometimes
now it's like all the time.
Yeah, now it's all the time. You kind of get sick. But I wouldn't say that it's too much if you guys can actually get along. And
yes.
Like you say, you're on equal footing.
Yeah. I think, okay, first year of the business is always like the parents versus me and my sister.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like, fight. I mean, I think it's the typical like parent-children kind of relationship. But then I think as we grow, second year, third year, we really have to set the boundary lah. Like both parties have to hear from each other. So that's more for the parent side. But I think I'm quite lucky to have my sister as my business partner, because actually we like the same thing. We have the same taste, but I think we are just same person but in different font. Like literally. So we just get each other, and yeah, that's why it works so well for us. Yeah, so that's more for the family part. As for the friends part,
yeah, I was gonna go to there.
Yeah, so my first full-time hire is actually my very close friend from high school, Lily. Shout out to Lily. Yeah, so basically, I think that time we weren't sure like if I should, find a friend or not, because, got all this like drama or fallout that I always hear from people, and I'm always so scared of that, right? And then I think at that point, I've been with Lily from like high school to college. We did like group assignments together. I know how she is as a person, and I know that I can trust her. And then I think that time we are still at our home, working at the basement or something like that. And then takkan like go and, find like a full-time, I don't know, from LinkedIn or JobStreet.
Yeah.
They'll be like so weirded out if I invite them to my home
Welcome to
work.
my basement.
Yeah, so I think Lily don't mind. So we're like, okay, do you want to join us for full time? Because I think she just left her corporate job and she's just trying to look for something different. And then I was like, okay, why not you just, try this out with us and see how it goes. And yeah, she's been with us for almost 3 years or 4 years already. I think 4 years.
So I think one thing that I would like to touch on, quite sensitive, is when it comes to paying your friends, because at the end of the day, they're here to work as well.
Yeah.
So how do you go about that?
I think it definitely still goes about the experience, because I think this is all like in general lah. When you got someone new that don't really have a lot of like work experience, of course we don't just pay like the Malaysia bare minimum wage lah. We go by like the market rate in a local fashion brand, in marketing. Yeah. So I think we pay quite decent. We really go by the market rate, and it really goes by the experience, because usually people like job hop so that they get like more pay and stuff like that. But it also depends on if the person would want to stay and grow with the company. And of course it comes with the benefits itself, but it also depends if the people want to upskill and grow or not.
Right.
Yeah, so because of course every year we will have like check-in, evaluation and stuff like that. And yeah, it's very open door policy with us. If you feel that you deserve that pay, you justify to us, you show us. If you hit your KPI, you achieve whatever that you wanted to, then of course we will, if we see the effort, we see the work output, we'll definitely give you the pay that deserve. But the thing is like the person really have to like ask for it sometimes. Yeah, it's not a bad thing to ask for the pay that you deserve, but you have to ask. If you don't ask, then
you don't get.
That's just like very straightforward. That's just very straightforward. Yeah.
Right. And okay, so working with this such a close-knit group to start off with, how does it shape your values, especially when it grows? Now you definitely have people who are not friends and family that are starting to join the company.
Yeah.
How do you navigate that?
I think, actually that was something that we experienced last year, which is very interesting. I keep saying the word interesting because I'm
it is
trying to
interesting.
I'm trying to not to use any like sensitive word. But yeah, so last year actually we did have kind of like I did have a fallout with a friend because okay, we hired our first friend, Lily, to work with us at Machino, and I use it as like a good case study. I was like, oh, actually I can work with friends. And then of course I trust my friends, and then of course I want to like, you know, bring more people in that I trust, that can grow together. Yeah, but I think sometimes people just grow apart, and maybe you want them to grow, but maybe they just don't want to.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
You know
They're
what I
comfortable
mean?
being there, but you want
Yeah.
something a bit more. You feel like they can do more.
Yeah, but the thing is like, I want that person to do more, but if the person don't want to do more, then
Yeah, it is.
then I can't force them as well. It has to come from within. And then I think we decided to just part our ways, because I think as an employer, because I mean, yeah, friends, we are friends, but when it comes to business, I'm running my business. This is literally my whole rice bowl.
Yeah.
I have to put my company first. And if we are not aligned anymore, then I mean, sadly, we have to part ways lah. So that's something that we learned, that sometimes not all friends, actually you cannot work with all friends. Everybody has different personality, and then when it comes to work, it just shows a different personality of them lah. But yeah.
You can work with friends, but not all friends.
Yes,
Right, and
that's the thing.
if you are in that situation, it's purely a business decision, you know, right?
Yes,
At the end of the
yes. Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, it's more of like, don't take it personally. Because we are all just trying to earn our living. So if you take it personally, then
Yeah, that's on
a
you.
bit sad lah. I really cannot help you. 'Cause
But okay, that's one part about building a business that most of us don't talk about. We don't share, right? We share the good parts, you know, oh, we're having
Yeah,
this, we're having
yeah.
that. So other than maybe this part, what is some parts of your journey that probably you don't share so much that people should know that these things are happening?
I think, okay, for me, because right now the company is growing, and somehow, okay, like I mentioned, I'm 27, and of course like we are hiring people that are more experienced, which we need to. And of course these people come with like years in the corporate world, more years than me in terms of like, you know, skills wise, knowledge wise, and all that. And sometimes I am a bit like, okay, how do I confront these people that is like older than me, but at the same time, I'm also their employer. So maybe it's a me problem lah. I would have that feeling like, okay, how do I confront them? Maybe they really did something that they shouldn't have, but I would still have to convey in a nice way. But maybe it's just a me always feeling like, okay, there's a age hierarchy thing. Because I mean, I'm the founder and the marketing director and all this, but sometimes it's just like, oh, but do they know more than me? Like, because they did have more years of experience than me. But I think at the end of the day, I just like, okay, whatever, same thing lah. Whatever that makes the
Business
company
grow,
grows, what's the best decision right here, I will have to say my piece.
I think it's also two ways. Like, you look to them for their skills. You want to hire someone that's better than you.
Definitely.
Right? That's the goal at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And for them, this is a platform for them to showcase their skills, and they can grow as well.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's really purely business decision whether it works or not.
Yeah, I think it's more of the confrontation part. I'm not good at confrontation. I'm just so like, I mean, I look like, but sometimes I'm just like, when it's about to get serious, I'll be like, okay, how do I craft my words properly so that I don't, like, so that I don't so I'm not insensitive about it. Because sometimes I can be a bit more straightforward. Yeah. So that's why I'm a bit scared to use the wrong word. Like right now, I'm also choosing my words very carefully. But yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, you're a very direct person. So if you know, kind of thing, right?
Yeah, but because I think I don't want the person to feel attacked.
Yeah.
So that's why I like, okay, I'll care about their feelings more. And that's something that I actually talk about with my sister as well. Because I think the first few years, right, you know, we hire new people. We also have like a few friends joining. We always like try to like keep them like, okay, are they feeling okay? Like, we always like care a lot about their feelings. And then I think maybe women tend to do that more. I mean, it it's a good thing, but sometimes it can be mentally
Exhausting,
stressful and exhausting as well, because we are always like thinking like, okay, did we say the right thing or not? Like, what if like they do this? What if they think that way, but we did not mean it that way? So it's a lot of like inner voice running in our heads. But then I think after that, we decided like, we just have to say our piece. We
go
just
with
have
the flow.
to do it and set clear boundaries. And I think, yeah, that's that lah.
Before we wrap up this short segment, what is probably one advice you give someone or a business who is working with friends and family?
Oh, wow. That's a very interesting question. But I think it comes down to trust lah. Like, trust is the ultimate thing that two people need to have, because it can be like your very close friend. It can be like your own family member, because we do hear stories that family members fall out when they are, doing business together. And yeah, so I think really talk about the hard conversation and put everything in black and white. Yes. Even if it's family, everything must be black and white. Everything. Keep your receipts, guys. It's so important. You'll never know. I mean, it's to protect yourself, protect the other person, and also to protect the company. Because what if one day both of us don't align anymore? Or like one day we just decided to pursue another goal. So yeah, black and white, guys. Black and white.
You heard it first from me. Yep. All right, so Machino has gone from a home-based brand in Puchong to now you have just hit 8 figures. She corrected me. I put 7 figures. She's like, no, it's 8. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's 8 figures now. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. You've been
Imposter
growing.
syndrome.
And you have actually multiple physical stores. So previously, you actually opened one in SS2, which is opposite my place.
Yes.
Then you moved to SS15. And now,
18.
18. Oh, sorry. SS18. And then now you have another one in
Our ICD
IOI?
mall. Yeah.
So is there a bigger one coming?
I mean, we are planning, and it's not gonna be so soon. Earliest also maybe end of this year. Yeah. So,
But like growing so fast, like it's just been 6 years. Right? You're approaching your 3rd store. What are some things that surprise you, especially when you're growing so fast? What was the things that accelerated your growth?
I would really have to give it to our community. I feel that our customer, they really love Machino for like the brand, for the quality, for the design itself. And yeah, I think like it's quite crazy to see that, because we always know that like, okay, typically it takes like, maybe like 8 years to 10 years like that to grow like a local brand. But I think we really started on very early. And I mean, what everybody says, like, just do as much as you can in your 20s, because we have like the most energy during this prime time. So yeah, I think we really put a lot of effort into growing this brand, really going down to the nitty-gritty stuff, because in the beginning, it's just me and my sister. So we are doing everything from like marketing to ops to customer service. With that, we kind of know how the whole business operate in and out. So with that, we can also find out very clear problem, or we see clearly what customer actually wants. I think for us, right, even though we are a fashion brand, but we don't see ourselves as like we are, very fashion centric where we follow the fashion trend. I mean, we do follow the fashion trend, but actually we are more customer centric, where we hear what our customer actually wants and then we produce what they want. Because at the end of the day, sometimes maybe I produce like an orange color, they confirm don't want one, and then maybe it's like trending for like that quarter only, and then after that it's gonna be stuck at the shelf for like months, which we have that experience before. And then we're just like, the customer has been wanting this particular shoe for like, they has been asking for like months already. Why don't we just restock this? And then we restock it, and then it just sell out immediately. So that's when we know like, let's just pivot into a bit more customer centric kind of brand, so that we will give them what they want. And then I think that really accelerated our growth, because we hear directly from the customer. So I think our relationship with our community is quite strong.
I was joking with my girlfriend, you could know Machino's growth indicator when you go open house. Chinese New Year, you see how many Machino shoes are on the floor.
Yeah, legit.
It'd be quite funny, because sometimes you go that it's all Machino shoes, and then you're like, wait, which shoe is mine?
Exactly. Oh my God.
So another thing is your Machino is the flower design. I don't know where you can see. I'll put the picture up on there. So Machino, why the flower? Why the Hana flower?
Okay, so basically, this Hana flower is also a very, like, just came out of nowhere kind of story. So, okay, during the first year, most of the stuff is set up by my sister. She actually handles more of the product and production, so I handle more of the marketing and PR. So one fine day, she already designed the shoe, and then she was like, okay, the strap looks a little bit empty. And then she just go about her day. She went to the kitchen and then she found like a flower keychain. And then she was like, oh, maybe we can add a flower here. And then after that, she asked our uncle that time to like cut a flower for her. And then she just stick it on the shoe. And then we were like, okay, looks kind of nice. Then we just sell it and then it just blew up.
I think I saw your story on that.
Yeah.
You guys posted that before?
Yeah, we posted before because a lot of people has been asking us like, why suddenly your boom up? Like, how did this Hana flower came about? So yeah, that's actually how it came about, and it's really like not planned and so random.
But now your flowers, you actually registered it.
Yes, we have
Right.
copyrighted
You
everything.
copyrighted everything. And was that because of something, or you already did it before that?
I think like since the first Hana flower design, we already copyrighted that design. It's because we know that in the market, no one has been selling this design. Maybe there are different types of flower or floral kind of like design in the market, but not so much in Malaysia and not so much for being known for
The
a
flower.
particular design, particular flower. So that's why we're like, okay, let's just do this copyright. We know that maybe one day we'll just like blow up and then people will start copying, because I think
And then
sadly
they
to
did
say that's the culture here in Malaysia, because if one design goes well, other people will come and copy it. It's not just Malaysia, actually
Anywhere.
anywhere in the world.
And a couple years back, that actually did happen.
Yeah.
Would you share a bit about that?
Yeah, so basically, I was in the office one day, and then after that, actually my mom started sending me like, oh, a particular brand also copied the flower and also same silhouette, same design, which like literally you cannot find the design on Pinterest or anything. It's literally designed by us in-house. So yeah, okay, I think my first feeling was like furious, because I was like, why this happened to us? And then yeah, we immediately trying to, link up with like lawyers, and then, we also send like cease and desist letter to ask them to take it down, because when you put our shoe and their shoe together, it looks like 90% minimum like similar. And I think, in the law, if it kind of like confuses a customer, then we have the right to, really sue lah. Yeah, but we of course we don't want to go until like court and whatnot. So that's why we just send the cease and desist letter and then see how it goes. And then I think the person also, I think like in
They
the end
know
we
lah.
settle lah. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is why, registering your patent at the start
Yes,
is
it's
so
very
important.
important.
Like going back to everything doing in business, black and white is super important. Right? I think most of us learn it
Yes.
either the hard way,
Yes.
and hopefully you don't follow the same as well.
Yeah.
lah.
Yeah.
And so you are a marketing director. You
Yes.
put it as that. And so people like me, we study business psychology and then we end up in marketing. She actually studied marketing.
Yes.
Right? And after I asked you about this, what do you think about branding and marketing, in today's society?
Yeah. So I think branding and marketing, I think like a lot of people actually confuses it, right? Because it's kind of like the same thing, but it's actually not. So to give a bit of perspective, marketing is kind of like, I sell this shoe and then it can be like, bundle up in any price, because I just want to market it out there. I just want to sell it. But then for branding, it's kind of like building a long-term thing. Like people actually look for that specific brand because they love their storytelling, they love their visuals, they love how they communicate with their audience. So my take on branding and marketing is more of like being authentic, I would say, because every brand is different. And I think for Machino, we do have our own brand voice, which is like, we are kind of like, okay, locals girl, and then like we are like girl support girl kind of thing, girl next door, because our design are quite floral, quite cute, but we of course don't want to brand it in a very cute way. We want to make it a bit like elegant, playful. It's kind of like, adult. We wear
Adult
like
cute.
adult cute. It's kind of like, we are all adults here, Magan. And then we would, wear like a very serious, like corporate baju and all the stuff. But then on weekends, we just want to like dress up nicely and look cute, look like our best self. And yeah, when you like look down there, it's like, oh, so cute. There's a flower there. I think it just makes people happy to wear something nice. So I think that's the importance of branding lah, to make people feel connected to something lah.
I think speaking about connected as well, like your shoes have that magical thing that allows people to, hey, I want to wear that as well. You go to the office and then one person wears and then by the end of the month you have the whole team wearing it. So how do you notice that come about?
I think like I mentioned, because this flower design is really like no one in Malaysia has done it during our time. And I think it's kind of like a conversation starter. It's like, oh, look at this flower shoe. It's like, viral right now. And I think naturally in Malaysia, people are FOMO lah, to be honest, yeah. Like they like what others want also. Sorry, let me rephrase. They want what others want as well. And when you have, like for example, I wear Machino shoes and then you also wear Machino shoes, and then usually their reaction would be like, oh my God, we're wearing the same shoe. Like these are most of the time the reaction that our customer or friends would tell us. Like a lot of my friends, they were always like, okay, I saw your shoe at the airport, I saw your shoe at the MRT. I think it's kind of like created that sharing kind of like moment, and it's really nice to see. And then I think that's when we know like, oh, we have built a good branding that people can easily spot us.
Yeah, the day I was in Bali, I was like, hey, Machino.
Is it? Never sent to me.
No, but she was just walking across. Then I was at the cafe.
Too late to take photo.
But you could actually recognize it. You're like, oh, it's something that you relate to.
Yeah.
Right. And speaking about that, community. So you focus a lot about your community and the voices and everything. How do you go about community building? I think this is the buzzword. Everyone's building a community nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, you got Run Club.
Yes.
10,000 Run Clubs.
Yes.
Right. So what do you think about it?
I think like going back to my previous work experience at an influencer marketing agency, because it's influencer ma, right? And then I always see that, oh, why the influencer always get like so nice PR gifts, nice packaging, they get like the VIP treatment, but how about the customer that actually use their own money and purchase for that particular product itself? So that's when I know that, if we were to have our own brand, like, the time we are already building Machino, we want a different type of community where like we treat the customers like they are the VIPs, because they are. They are the one that, pays the money, they supported us. We even have like one of our first few customers that supported us like until this day. And we always have like nice gatherings with them just to catch up. Because I think right now, right, very controversial thing, but a lot of brands nowadays, like you said, a lot of like community building and all, but sometimes like they bring you to that space or event space and then trying to sell you something. But for us, it's never really about selling anything. Like even that, we actually give them free products. Yeah. Every community events that we have, we'll always give them something. Like we'll give them like, actually most of the time we'll give them free shoe or like bags or like cute merch. Because it's our way of saying thank you, because like that particular community, our customer have already like, purchased like, 10 times for us. And I think like, giving them, a few pairs of shoes wouldn't hurt. So I think it's kind of like really connecting and building a real relationship with them. It's kind of like just meeting new friends, like making our customer to our friend. Yeah. And I mean, yeah, I think that's a bit more of a genuine way to connect with them. And then we get to hear from their perspective. We even get like feedback from them. Ask them like, actually, what kind of like products or, colorways that you're looking for. Yeah, so that's our way of like, building a community for Machino.
Right. So this whole journey is about, now you're in your 6th year running Machino. How has this entrepreneurship journey been? Or do you call yourself an entrepreneur?
I mean,
you do fall under the category, right?
I do fall into that category, but no, I don't know why, but I always don't really use the word entrepreneur. I always just use like shoe business owner. I don't know. But yeah,
But how, okay, then we don't use the word, but how has your
journey.
journey been running a business as an owner? I think a lot of people like to know that because we only see the glamorous parts, like
Yeah.
you recently got Forbes 30 and okay, we are doing very well, pop-ups and everything. People think money must be flowing in. So is that that laugh, is that really the case?
Yeah, I think definitely for my journey being an entrepreneur slash shoe business owner, I think it's definitely not easy, but I feel that we really put a lot of effort and hard work into what we have been building since day one. So I feel that whatever that happened, it is meant to happen because we have put all of our energy and weekend time, literally 24/7, thinking about the business, how we're going to grow them. So yeah, I think for our journey, the first 2 years, it's quite tough because we are just trying to figure out everything by ourselves. And somehow like me and my sister, we don't even have like one full time work experience. Because my sister, after she graduate, she straight away go into the business. And then for me, I had 2 internships. I did like a 2-month, full time. And then after that, into the business as well. So I think a lot of things like we self-taught ourselves. But I think the most important part is really having the passion into building Machino. Because sometimes if you think about like, doing business for money, it's not sustainable one because you really have to love what you do. Then only you're like, okay, make all the sacrifices that you need. Because what if like one day the money doesn't come in, which of course it did happen to us. We have made our fair shares of like mistake. We call it like tuition fee because sometimes we have to, spend that money to really learn our lesson. So yeah, we call it tuition fee. And yeah, really having passionate into something that you love doing, it's something that you can sustain in the long run now. So I think that we are very fortunate that both of us, we love this brand that we are building, where we get to create something of our own. Yeah, even though we have to learn everything ourselves, but it's a struggle that we choose to do it lah. Yeah.
Right. And I think last thing before we end, couple questions. What's next for Machino, or maybe for Amy as well? Now that you
what's next for Machino? I think for us, we are definitely want to expand our retail stores. Yeah, I think the end goal is to be, okay, if I dream big lah, the global like footwear, shoe, bags, accessory brand that everybody knows. Yeah. Maybe we start small first, maybe Southeast Asia. Yeah. And then after that, globally, like every country got one. Okay, maybe not every country. Every well-known
country has one.
I mean, it has to be well-known. If the people don't travel there, like I'm going to lose money opening the outlet there. But yes.
Right. And I think going a full circle back to maybe 2020.
Yeah.
I think I always think about the time, like now I run my own podcast as well. And interesting, you're my first ever guest.
Yeah, it's so crazy.
I watched that before I came.
Actually, you need to send me that link. I want to watch.
It's
like, what
damn
did I
cringe.
even share? What did I share at the age of what? Was I 19 or 20?
I think 20, 21. No, what did I ask also? Dude, it was... No, that's terrible.
You have upgraded lah. Look at where we are now.
Everyone has upgraded, but I think this is my podcast, so I get to ask you this.
Yeah.
Well, what would you say to Amy back then?
What would I say to Amy back then? I would say you're on the right path. Yeah. I think all this time when, maybe from like my high school, okay, I don't really enjoy high school because I don't really study in high school. But when study guys. Study is very important. Yeah. So yeah, I think like when I went to college, we get to choose our own electives. Things started to make a bit more sense to us. Then I was like, oh, okay. And then I actually joined a lot of like curriculums, more for like, getting to know people. Because I'm a very extrovert sociable person, and then I will want to join like every activity and just meet everybody that I can, talk to people and learn from them. So yeah, I think the path that I chose has made me more comfortable in, public speaking or like talking to people and, making small talks or even deep talks. So yeah, I would say that thank you to my, college self or uni self.
It makes
Yeah.
this very natural, It doesn't
Yeah,
really-
literally.
I realize there's a common theme among our friends, like either they don't like to study or like, oh, we did a few months of corporate and then we're like, yeah, it, icha, we ball,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much, Amy, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, if you have liked this episode, you watch all the way until here, don't forget to like and subscribe. And check out Machino's if you haven't. Link is in the description down below. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Ciao.